Being a present dad means the joys of seeing your other part of your own life loving you more than you could ever love yourself. Because maintenance really is not just financial.
Yes.
It's shelter, food, security, protection,
exactly.
all of those things.
Yeah.
And that emotional presence as well. That is maintenance. It's not just about what you're sending every month. Because I found out she was having secret, inappropriate conversations with another married man that she used to have sexual relations with as well.
Snap.
So she was having that while carrying my child.
My name is Tisa Totoka. Welcome to yet another episode of Four Fathers, the show that outlines the epitome of fatherhood. Now, today in studio, we have a guest. And like we always say, man, what we always try and talk about on the show is just, for our voices to be heard as men. And it's fine. It's normal for you to do that. So to me, with me today in studio, it's Mr. Nkosi. Mr. Nkosi, how are you doing, my king?
All good, team, man. You?
I'm good, my good sir. Welcome to the show, my king. Like we said before we started, that it's just a podcast where we chit chat, you and I. We give a bit of light to the other people at home if there is. We share a couple of stories here and there, so maybe we can be able to make a difference in the society to the men out there.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Thanks for having me as well, and thanks for the opportunity. And it's a great platform for us men to be given this opportunity, actually, like come through and open our hearts and get a safe space and hopefully, raise awareness to more men. And you guys are providing that opportunity. So yeah, very much grateful and thankful. Yeah, man.
Thanks very much. We definitely hope that, the awareness will go out there strongly and, we'll have more and more people coming through. We have to share a lot of stories and stuff. So now let's start here. Please tell us about yourself, who you are and, where you grew up and everything for you to end up being where you are today.
All right. I'm Lehlogonolo, of course, Nkosi. Yeah. I born in KZN, grew up the first 11 years of my life KZN.
Okay.
Moved to Cape Town at age 11, grew up mostly teenage adolescence life in Cape Town. Just recently moved to Joburg.
Oh, recently? Oh, okay.
Yeah, in 2021.
Okay.
And I work in the insurance industry. Well, currently I'm unemployed, of course, since the beginning of last year.
Okay.
But I am in the short-term insurance industry, claims specialist. So
okay.
I look into people's claims. I investigate all that kind of stuff, really.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm a father of 3, 2 boys, 1 girl.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And
the ages?
Ages, both boys are 17.
Oh, no. Are they twins?
Not twins. They're
okay.
3.5 months apart.
There you go.
Yeah, I had them when I was 22.
Yeah.
And so the one is turning 18 now in November.
Okay.
This year. The second boy is turning 18 in March next year.
Nice. Okay.
And then the baby girl, she was born 2022. She's only going to be 3 now in November, this next month.
Okay.
So it's just those 3. I still got a whole family, mom, dad around still, grew up in a wholesome family household, really. So yeah, so currently I'm just, just finding my way through in the world as well, as I just turned 40. So it's a new chapter as well.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's just been that with me.
Okay. So now the name is Lehlogonolo Nkosi. And you said you were born in KZN.
Yes.
Lehlogonolo, how so, from KZN?
My mother is Sutu.
Oh, okay.
And my dad is Umzulu.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people sometimes they kind of like they hear that and they're like,
yeah.
Now I can't speak Sotho because I didn't grow up around Abesotho, so they'll sometimes think, are you South African or what? Or what's the story? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's Lehlogonolo. The other names are Letuktula. The other one is Baba. So that's how I got the name.
All right. No. Now that's clear now. I was just wondering, we would see how did that come about. Now let's talk about fatherhood. I know, fatherhood is something else, man. It's exciting and it's also a bit scary at the same time. So from your side, what does being a present dad mean to you?
Being a present dad means the joys of seeing your other part of your own life loving you more than you could ever love yourself. You know, there's a dynamic of like being a father, being a present father, as you're asking, is that you are kind of like viewed as a superhero to your child.
There you go. That is so true.
So your child always sees you as the strong-willed person, the person who pushes, the child to the edge. By that I mean, it starts from the playing, with the child, where you do like kind of your WWE type of playing and things like that. And also, your child, being responsive to you, to your actions, your joys, and even during your vulnerable times as well. Also, when you look at your child, you see that if I feel like giving up, this is the reason why I shouldn't give up.
That is so true. That is so
I need to keep pushing. I need to keep fighting, and the joy at the end of it all is seeing a smile on my kid's face, seeing the joy, seeing, the love, like I said, seeing somebody who will love you more than you could ever love yourself.
Awesome. Yes, that is so true. So now, do you stay with your kids full time?
No, not at all. So my firstborn is in Cape Town.
Okay.
And the secondborn is here in Johannesburg, along with the lastborn here in Johannesburg as well. For the first time, it was only my thirdborn, my lastborn, the baby girl, that I actually got to stay with her. Because the boys, I had them at a very young age. So, there was no obviously staying with them or anything like that. But of course, there was that, presence as well around with them. But for the first time, when my baby girl was born, and my first baby girl as well, and I never knew that I would actually be so in love with a girl, because when you're having a boy, you're like, I'm going to do this and this and this.
I know that feeling.
And then when you have a girl, you just have a completely different perspective to not just life, but, but to her as well also.
True.
What kind of woman you want to see her
exactly
becoming as well. So I got to live with her. So that was my first opportunity, having, that relationship and being around 24/7 with my child. Yeah, that was with the baby girl.
All right. So in that case, then I think I just want to know, how's your relationship with the boys then? Because now I understand what you said with the girl. So now with the boys, since you didn't really raise them, how's your relationship with them?
Our relationship with the boys is steady. It's normal. We have conversations. They open up to me about their challenges. And of course, there's with the teenageness that's there with them now currently. They're not always going to open up to me with everything. So it's more of like, trying to get them to, I've been through this. I've been through peer pressure before. I've gone through certain things. I've done things in my life. You can be comfortable with me in doing. But really, it's more of like, they're in almost the stage of manhood now. Early
that is
manhood,
true.
They've got their own ambitions, in terms of doing coding and computer sciences, and the other one wants to become a pilot as well.
Wow, okay.
He's not thinking of, I was telling him he should go to the military, the Air Force. He could learn how to fly there, but he's like, nah. So, that's that really. So yeah, man, that's what it is like with the boys, really. So it's not buddy as such like that.
Yeah, because that's what I wanted to find out, to say, in that case, do you ever have a time to be like, Chance, come through, let's sit down, let's talk, about teenagehood, let's talk about the girls, that type of relationship.
Who they got a crush on.
Okay.
Dad, can you give me some game a bit? I like this girl, this and that, And then I'll like peep them some game, like, hey, look, whenever you dating my guy, make sure you leave a mark, so that the next guy, he's got a bar that said that they need to still get to. That kind of thing. And I'll drive them around. I do it even with my nephew as well also. He's 22. He just turned 22 this month. I'd be like, if I'm driving them around, I'd be like, you see that place there? You take your girl there. Don't take her to Spur or whatever like that. That kind of thing. So, those kind of tips. That's it.
All right.
Be shy, speak your mind, be calm and everything like that. Mysterious woman like that.
Yeah, that is so true. Absolutely. They do. When you're mysterious, they love that. All right, now here's one thing that I'm going to get into now. Let's talk about parenting. How many baby mamas do you have?
3.
3 baby mamas.
Yeah.
Right. How's your relationship with all the 3 baby mamas?
It's touch and go, really. I'm not in full conversations with them. I really prefer, honestly, that we're not in each other. Some people have this thing of wanting to be friends with their exes. I'm not that type of person, really. I like to play a supportive role yes, as and when needed to do so. But the relationship really is more on respect, but at a distance, really. I really
Okay.
prefer more with my kids. So even when I go see the boys as well, also, because they're at the age now, they got their own cell phone. I can just give them a ring.
Oh
And
yes,
it's like,
yes.
yo, I'm outside. Come, let's go, you know. And then we go. The mother doesn't have a problem with that, you know.
Oh,
You want to
okay.
do a sleepover? All right, cool. That's it. Plain and simple, you know. So it's more of like the relationship really is more of certain things. If maybe they did something in school or whatever, then it's like, yo, he did this. So can you have a chat with him about it?
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
cool. That's it. But as far as us,
So
I
it is a
can,
healthy relationship.
yeah, it is. I think it's healthy that way.
Mhm.
I prefer it being that way. As to what you're doing, who you're doing it with, I don't
That's
need to know.
another.
Yeah.
Okay, so now with the little girl.
Little girl, I haven't seen her since May last year, unfortunately.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's a long time ago. Since May last year. Reason
Yeah.
being?
Reason being is really I wouldn't know, but only the mother can explain. Really,
What do you think it is? What do you personally think it is?
I think it's because of the relationship that we had and the breakdown, or rather, how the relationship broke down. Which is
Okay.
why I'm not able, or allowed rather, alienated currently from seeing my baby girl itself since May. And of course, you know, we did have an agreement when I would see her, but then she reneged on that agreement. And so I've been in and out of court since December last year, and I've been seeing a lot of collusions with, you know, family advocates and her as well. Also, I even had to had one family advocate recuse himself from the matter. Um, and so, but really, the gist of it is that she's found somebody. She's moving on. She's planning on getting married, which is okay,
It's
but
okay. That
it
is
doesn't
fine,
mean
man.
block me out of my baby girl's life.
That's what I wanted to say. I
Yeah.
mean, like, that's fine. We understand. You can, can have another partner, get married, do whatever it is that you want to do, but at least, have that time with your child. Allow me to see my child.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously, right now, all I'm saying is that it's also going to break the child as well.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
Because I was, well, it already broke the child because, you know, one of her cousins used to make the joke whenever I'd show up, you know, my child is a complete replica of me, but she's just light skinned.
Oh, okay.
And she's got, like, you know, very thick hair, of course, as well. So she almost looks Asian or colored.
Oh, wow.
As
Okay.
well also. But you know, in terms of that breaking of the child is more of like whenever I'd show up, a cousin would make the joke like, "Oh, in guys," because she would stick to me like glue.
Oh, nice,
You know,
man.
so
That's
she
beautiful.
wouldn't, you know, want to be close to anybody or anything like that. Even when I would have to leave, we would have to leave like the sliding door and the door open so that if she hears a door open, she's not going to think, "Oh, daddy's leaving," that kind of thing. So it was really like that. I used to dance with my baby girl, serenade her basically, you know.
That's nice.
So that's the relationship that with that 1.5-year-old I had. Yeah.
So right now it's like she's fighting you through the child. So she's
Precisely.
making the child is a weapon now.
It's a weapon, like, you know, like what mostly happens with a lot of men out there. You know, the child is used as a weapon, as a tool to wreck a guy, either emotionally, mentally, and financially as well. Also, because since I lost my job last year, beginning of last year, that's when I was stopped from actually seeing my child.
See?
Simply for the fact that I cannot provide.
See, exactly. Now you hear that. That's exactly where I wanted to go. Just to try and find out. To say, ladies, nina kanti nina ngicabanga kanjani, guys? Just because umuntu akasebenzi, it doesn't mean you're not man enough or ngeke ukwazi ukuthi ubone ingcisi yakho. Why is it that though? Why? And stop using kids as a weapon. Why kwamele nilwe nifaka umntana in between inkinga zenu, this and that and whatever. If you have a problem with your partner, then take it up with your partner, not the child. Why kwamele nifaka umntana? Manje senilimaza umntana mentally, umntana akasazi nokuthi kuyenzakalani, umntana akasawazi ukuthi abone ubaba, or and stuff like that, which is quite unfair. It is not good.
Yeah, and next thing umntwana ends up thinking they got two daddies.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
calling one guy daddy, and then next thing, oh, this is my dad also, and then because that's the situation I saw with her firstborn itself. He once came to me and was like, "Daddy, you know I got 3 daddies."
What?
And you know, And it happened that, it's me and another ex that she was seeing as well prior, who's not his biological dad.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
that
word.
kind of thing. So, but yeah, man. So really, because I couldn't provide, and even though I came up with, how can I say, like a way of saying, let me provide, by saying that, bring her over once every 2 weekends, so that, because maintenance really is not just financial.
Yes.
It's shelter, food, security, protection,
exactly.
all of those things,
Yeah.
and that emotional presence as well. That is maintenance. It's not just about what you're sending every month. Because funny enough, she went for a majority of 2023 unemployed. I didn't make an issue about it.
Now listen to that. So yeah, now because akasebenzi, that is fine. Everything must just be fine, ibe a smooth ride. Kodwa wena mongasebenzi is amatafula yachi. Kanjani? Come on now, women. No man, that is not fair though.
Not fair at all, my guy. And during the whole time, engasebenzi, she had like a few piece jobs here and there. But it was like contract based, like maybe the seven's for 2 months or 3 months, and
okay,
but, and mind you, this is at a time when the relationship was already over. So Beslala Ndawonye is still crazy enough, but
man, Beslala Ndawonye, even though you guys broke up,
in her mind, we were still together. But me personally, I was already out of the relationship.
Oh, but you guys didn't sit down and say, officially, it's over, good.
Well, I did tell her, look, I stopped being in love with you. She was like 5 months pregnant.
With your baby?
Yeah. And the reason why the relationship broke is because I found out she was having secret, inappropriate conversations with another married man that she used to have sexual relations with as well. So she was having that while carrying my child. So that's when I was like, that's it, I'm done.
Now I get it. Now I understand.
Yeah.
No, that is very deep. See, then the next thing they say, hey, men are dogs. Like, guys, women, why need so hot? You know the way this thing is, man. I that's why I always say I feel like Amachita, we need men out there to come through, and always say their side of the story, because every single time we hear different stories about men being on the wrong side, but we know that women as well, they're also on the wrong side. They do like so many bad things, but some of those things, they're being sugar coated. When once you speak about those things, hey, what, nini, you are body shaming women, hey, nini, this and that and that. To open up skulumengazo, because bazosithatha ngendlela bathi hey thina machita this and that and that and that. It's
Which is not true. I mean, it's something you guys highlighted. I saw like I think it was like 4 days ago with the Pastor T here.
Yeah.
That there's the thing about women not wanting to take accountability. So because of me falling out of love over what I believe in Bella is not something I stand for, then I can't continue that relationship. But yes, we lived together for an extra year and a half. There was no intimacy, trust me, as well also.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. There can be.
Yeah, so, but I was like, okay, she's unemployed. She's the mother of my child. I don't want Danama Kule not be proud of my wife. So I would even like try and job hunt for her as well on her behalf. Whatever job she had, I would give her my car and I would stay behind, because I even changed my shifts from M7 to work 90% from home. Before I needed to be at least 3 times a week in the office. I changed it to maybe just once a month, only if I had a meeting, and then I'll go to the office. But the majority of the time I stay home, babysit.
Yeah, you are. You've been accommodating her, man. No, women in like imagine umuntu is there for you during tough times. Access, try and work around working shifts for you. Now ube right. But the next thing, you don't have time for that person anymore.
Crazy.
That is trashy though.
And what's the worst part is that I saw Masha talk about this. Is that as a man, you have, on paper, you've got all the rights to your child, but you still have to go and prove your fitness in court and beg and plead for your rights and to access and to raise your child as well.
Yeah.
But what I've also noticed in the last couple of months since being in and out of court since December last year is that there's now been all these accusations of abuse from my side, this is financial, mental, physical, and emotional abuse as well also. But let me put this in perspective.
Yeah.
For one part, the financial abuse. When she was pregnant, I went and got a second card to give to her to say, look, if I'm not around and you can't get a hold of me, like let's say maybe some sebenzini,
traveling or whatever that is.
Nali card lisebenzise for the sake of because I don't want any excuses to for you to call one of your family members, because it's not cool as a guy. There's a man around, would you busy calling your other family members for maybe a 200 rand or whatever like that? So that's one part. You say these things to social workers and family advocates. I back Zeb. Talk about the physical abuse. If I'm such a physically abusive person, why would you be insisting on wanting to get married to me? Especially when you said you came out of an abusive relationship before.
Exactly.
As well also. And we're talking months after the breakup as well.
But still, she still wanted to be with you.
Wanted to be with me. As early as last year, March, she was telling me, because she started me saying Mtanami May last year. As early as March last year, and I'll show it to you as well. She was like, yo, at my wedding, I want to see Kwandlunkulu at my wedding.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she wants to see the Queen, Mrs. Zulu, at the wedding and everything like that, when we get married. Because I'm Zulu and she's Sutu. Mother, yeah. But I obviously wasn't playing into it.
Yeah.
Because for me, the relationship already died in July 2022.
Yeah.
This is 2024, but she still kept insisting on things like we go for therapy. And I was like, the thing about therapy is that as a guy, it teaches you how to deal with something, but it doesn't erase.
You'll never forget. You can't forget that. Yeah, it's gonna stay forever.
So that's been that, man. So that's where I want to touch on in terms of accountability, that in that regard, take the L. You messed up, you screwed up in the relationship. Okay, this guy's been supportive to me. I'm not asking for her to support me.
Support you, yeah.
No, I'm okay with that. I'm right now I'm surviving on a pensioner's salary.
Yeah.
So it's cool by me. I'm not an expensive guy or have that many needs, but just let me raise my child.
But mina, in that case, I think for no wish. Why am I tafulanga, guys? Like, let's say if she's not working, why ngakuvumela ukuthi ke wena njengoba usebenza uhlale nomntana uhlale naye umsupport because yena akasebenzi?
I could have done that myself, my guy.
Yeah.
Because I could have said, okay, it's over, you don't have anything going for you, so ngiyamthatha umntana.
Yes, mlethelana ngizomnakekela mafuna ukumbona, that's fine.
And that's it. So now, but that will never happen, not in this leftist liberal woke society we in South Africa. Where you have whatever, so even things like GBV, for example, there'll be a lot of noise when it happens to a woman, but some guy just got killed by his girlfriend and she got granted 10,000 rand bail.
Imagine, but if it was a guy, could have been a different story. Life sentence, gone.
Just like that,
But here, women are busy getting bail and stuff like that. And the sad part, what you're saying is that it also refers to this point, when we are being abused and we want to go to the police station and report such issues. Must figure out and be like, hey, hey, what, they make fun of that. But when it's a woman, they take it serious.
Yeah, they take it serious.
Yeah, which is quite sad. Yeah.
Even let's say for Nenkantolo as well.
Yeah.
Somebody can commit perjury. And they lie a lot, they lie a lot in court. It'll be perjury. You will go and say you want to pursue a charge of perjury, but it's not going to happen against them. With a guy, Bazukskina alive.
Bazotila now is strong.
So it's man. So I really so that's just been what's been happening really.
Okay.
But nobody looks at that history of it. Yeah, okay. They look at your history and whatever you say as a guy, namang
doesn't really matter. Yes.
Yeah, it can't be true and stuff. So yeah, that's been that.
Mara, man, but ladies, please, how does this work? How can you be pregnant and during the pregnancy, you are busy talking to another man who is married, mind you, and you're pregnant at that time? So when you cheat, umiti with your partner, you're talking to another man who is married. Yeah, that's evil though. That's very evil. Ha! I'm speechless when it comes to that. No.
It's crazy, my guy. But you know what the excuse is sometimes with that case? They'll say like, oh no, kulelwe, so because kulelwe, her emotions aren't in place. Like nonsense, my guy.
Yeah,
like nonsense, seriously.
There is no such, yeah.
No such.
Emotions aren't in place.
Hey, you know, so and besides, why are you doing that? And you telling me, Guti, Jangobushut is cheating. I told her, Guti, that's cheating.
It is.
And then she was like, no, but nobody cheated on you. I was like, no, it is. If you're having something secretive and you're keeping it from your partner and you know that it's not good,
that's a cheat.
That's a cheat.
Yeah.
It's a form of emotional cheating of sorts. You know, you don't have to physically sleep with someone or do anything physical with a person to constitute cheating.
True.
You know,
true.
Because, so I was like, I never did that to you. And the whole time, Naeg, you know, she knows it. You know, if she ever were to say, oh no, he did this, one thing she can tell you, she can never confirm or say rather to say, which I cheated on her. Because, like I said, when we were still living together, even when the relationship was dead as well, in her mind, it was still alive, the relationship.
Yeah.
She still had hope. But she, like, I'll tell you this, on 2 occasions, she ambushed me to wedding venues to have me sit down with wedding planners and things like that now.
Yeah? What?
Hey, on 2 occasions. I still remember vividly, it was Feb 2023 and April 2023 as well. To a point where I was like, that's when afterwards, Zig in June, I was like, when she asked me like, yo, we don't have sex, you're not interested in talking about marriage, what's the story? That's when I told her, hey girl, I've not been in love with you since last year, 2022. And this is it, you know? So that's that. So and she kept pushing that throughout up until early 2024. And but then again, that is somebody obviously not, you know, taking it into mind and heart that it's over, and that I messed up, and that what I really did was wrong to this man.
Imagine,
but not only him, to my child.
Jiggy, now we were wrong.
Hey, Jiggy, you mean no wrong. Because you're not only disrespecting me by doing what you were doing, you're disrespecting Umtanam who is in womb.
Yeah.
Now, how can you say you love Umtwana, you know, but then you do this, you know, having inappropriate conversations with another married guy, and also now you're keeping her away from Umbabuak.
Wait, okay, now, I'm going to ask this question. How long have you guys been together before you got her pregnant? Maybe yes. Did you really know her or meet her, then what's okay, Shapyazin? And what and try and work this out? Because mom explained that because obviously there's like so many red flags in what you're saying.
Yeah.
He's explaining her. So that's why I wanted to find out, did you take your time to know her before you can you guys can eventually, you know, be together?
Nah, not at all. In fact, what happened was we met. We used to work at the same company, but different departments.
Yeah.
So we basically just met in November 2021 and started dating right then and there. And then within 3 weeks, she made a joke about it, about having a baby.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like, it's a joke, whatever. Now, we had taken a trip to KZN, my hometown, if I had, you know. And next thing I know, beginning of 2024, New Year's, you know, she was insisting on us having a baby. You know, and then
anyway, you were like, what did you say about that?
I pushed back.
Yeah.
Course, you know, I pushed back. Then she was, you know, insisting on us, you know, us moving in together, which we eventually did, obviously, since December of, you know, 2021. And December 2020, January 2022, she was talking about a baby, us getting married, finding a new place. To a point where we only conceived Feb 2022. So and Nakona, you know, she was, of course, I was excited now, and I get very excited. So really the relationship didn't actually cook. So by the time when all of this, so everything happened really fast.
It happened so fast. Yeah.
3 months, there was now a baby on the way. And then 3 months later, I found out about this scandal and this history and this and this.
Yeah, because you didn't take time. Yeah, you didn't take your time. So obviously you'll find out
Yeah.
about a lot of things going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Inside
But
a
you also
relationship.
found me at my most vulnerable at the time because I had a spat with the baby mother of my second born, where we were just at odds with each other, and to a point where I also felt suicidal as well, because what had happened was I was looking after Nai for the longest time, and she
Looking after her.
yeah. But of course, not which we were in a relationship anymore because that relationship had ended long ago. But in terms of, not that she wasn't working, she's an independent woman. She's got her own thing going. But in terms of like, if I'm sending money for the kid, she'd maybe say, okay, can you maybe send an extra $2,000 or whatever? Because I'm trying to do this and this. I'd be like, okay, cool. There you go. No problem.
Hey, you are very generous. You are very generous. Okay, I didn't call it about me personally, as it is, I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry.
I mean, the reason I did it is because, like I said earlier, is that because my mom she's a retired nurse. My dad is a retired lawyer. So these are, I would say, like these are careers one can be very proud of.
Yeah.
You study hard, you work hard for this thing. So she's got her ambitions. I mean, I was 22 when I had my kids.
Yeah.
Mother of the second born was only 19. The mother of the first born was only 18. So you can imagine what you then do. So why I was doing that is because I knew for a good year, I had put their life on pause. So if they say, oh, I need this, can you help with this? Then it's for me to say, okay, I once put your life on pause. I had Mtwana Nawe. It didn't work out. But hey, it doesn't mean
shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, man. See, I mean, you say we are great fathers, man. We're great men out there. It's core and our faith. And we do exist. Because you told our cool about I know good men don't exist and blah blah blah. But now when it did backfire to you being nice, man.
That's the sad thing.
That's just being too nice. That's another thing.
And I think, thankfully, I didn't turn into this character of Spusiso Lawrence or Ntombiak. I don't know. I mean, everybody has heard about that. But for me, it's changed me, those experiences. Those two experiences. Since 2022 up until now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I hate women or I, despise women or I'm anti-woman. But there is that thing, if somebody cries out for GBV, for example, how true is it?
Yeah.
Because from my experience, I've been falsely accused in front of courts, magistrates, falsely accused of neglect, all of those things. And so I wonder to myself, when there's fewer men saying, you'll see in comments on social media, oh no, like some men will say, oh, she deserved it now. Maybe think and realize what place is he coming from then. It's not to say he doesn't give a care. It could be somebody like me who's gone through something to a point where they're like, can I really have sympathy in that regard, And then it also leads to other things like GBV as well also, where, men will, unfortunately, will react in a violent way.
Yeah.
I could have reacted violently. I could have done something to this woman when she was doing this while, carrying my child, but I didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything.
I simply walked out and left, But other guys will do the worst thing, and that's when it just blows over, all over the media, everywhere in the country and everything like that. But then over time, you then get to see how it leads to a separation within the Black community, because it happens a lot in the Black community.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen in the white community. I mean, me growing up in a white neighborhood predominantly, I've seen domestic violence happen, but you don't see white women marching.
Yeah. Rushing to the police station. Yeah, this and that and that. And I wonder why, because it also happens to them.
Yeah, it happens.
But number one.
Hey.
We are always the ones, Nji, to always say, yes, GBV, this and that and that. Yeah.
Kind of thing. And I remember having two conversations with two white women back in 2010. One was in her early 20s, one was middle-aged. And they told me the most craziest stories about the men they were dating. which were white guys, of course. One was married to a white guy as well also. And I even asked, like, hey, but do white men also do this? It was like, what? Men are men. It's not a case of it gets blown out of proportion, you know. But I find it in the black community, with everything that is stacked against black men currently, not just in South Africa, but in the whole world. You keep compounding and adding onto the stereotypes. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, a black man is a threat to every gender, every race out there, except to himself. Now, if you are a threat and danger to your own black women and sisters, the odds are going to be stacked tenfold against you on everything and anything you try to do. That's the sad thing about it.
It is.
So I think, you know, abantu besimame, we need to start learning how to take accountability. And this is why I fight so much for umntanami, because I want to go to my cool as uziphatha kanjani in a relationship. You never know. You see me, I kept my cool when your mom did me dirty. But you don't know the next guy, what he might do to you. He might slit your throat or something.
True. But now into warishayo, ne? Because now akafuna ukuthi ubone umntana. So manje, obviously, you know, there's that absenteeism of a father. So manje ke umntana ufundiswa ubani ukuthi, you know, this is how you should behave, this is what you should do, this is what you should not do, and whatever it is. Because obviously, as a woman only, you can't do that alone.
Yeah, angithi there's umunye umlisa phela. NgesiZulu sayisithi kusekhona elinye isende. So they feel like they can just replace a man. But you can never replace a father. Ever. Just like you can never replace a biological mother.
That's deep.
What I mean by that, when you asked me earlier, what does it mean being a present father? I talked about the superhero aspect of it. You look at Superman, any comic hero, he will go frontline for Louis or whoever, or for the people he, you know, stands for.
True.
That's what a biological father would do for their child. The stepfather, he'll like you, but he's not going to take a bullet for you.
They are never. Or never.
No, never. He's never going to do that. And he's never going to love lo mntwana to the same way as maybe he would love umawayo. Or if he has his own kids, for example, let's say some people, because they'll be like, oh, I got my own kids, you got your own kids, let's put together now again. I will never love your kids from another relationship the way I love my own kids.
Fact. You heard that. That is so true. I hope you heard that, ladies. Shall we rewind and hear what he just said? And that is true.
Yeah, you know. So again.
So Manja, who disciplines the child? Is that other man? Akakufonela ukuthi hey phela nanga umntana uya misbehave kanje na kanje khuluma nomntana akho, because I'm asking this because I've heard someone saying ukuthi bona they won't allow their child to be disciplined by stepdad. They would want to call the direct father to say khuluma nomntana akho, whatever that is. Abafuna ukuthi the stepdad ukuthi ashaye lo mntwana. Mina bengithi okay ngoba wena ufuna ukuthi stepdad sishaye umntana. Ufuna stepdad senzeni? Keep imali kuphela. Why would I look after that child whereas I can't discipline that child? Why? If I am the stepfather to that child, let me discipline that child. Who pays for the fees? I do. I buy the food. I pay for the shelter. So let me discipline the child as well.
Yeah, you know what? That person who said that to you is probably one in a million. Because a lot of mothers, they push the biological father out.
Yeah.
They will not necessarily ask the stepfather to discipline the child, but maybe they'll ask the uncle to get involved. So when you will still play the discipline will only come in terms of maybe a pep talk or something, you know, or no, don't, you know, leave your glass here, put it in the sink type of discipline, not a stern talk type of discipline, because discipline has its own variations.
Exactly.
And levels. Yeah. You know, the worst and extreme is obviously giving somebody a hiding, of course.
Yeah.
So what they do is they shelve you out as a biological father, and then this is a narcissistic behavior of an alienating parent that they'll push you out. They'll have you as a stepfather have your own role, but with limitations. You as an uncle,
as a stepfather, limitations. Yeah. Imali kwamele iphume yonke mara sinama limitations manje ngoba ngistefane ngeke ukwenzele kumntana ngeke what this and that and that. Yeah, asiyeke asishiyeke.
Yeah. So, with that said, I wouldn't advise anybody being a stepdad.
That is
Don't do
what
it.
Pastor T said, yeah.
Don't do it. It's the worst deal. My whole life, T, is that, yes, I already, there's a 15-year gap between my boys and my baby girl.
Yeah.
I swore that I would never get involved with a woman who has a baby. And I didn't for the longest time. Here, it was different. I bit the bullet. I was like, okay, cool. But then I saw why I was avoiding it the entire time.
Yeah.
Because you have all these politics. You will even have politics about the biological father. Maybe he's not doing enough. Now the brunt falls on you. If she has a tiff with him, then she's going to keep him.
Yeah.
As well also,
True.
when you look at Tutu's umuntu.
Hey, umsebenzi omningi. Nothando liyaphela futhi. Hayi, yazi mawubhizi wenza zonke lezi zinto lezi uthando liyaphela man. All these limitations and blah blah, this piece siyaxabana because of umntana nani. Aye, it's just a lot.
So yeah, it's one of those things, man. So I personally, would say don't do it. Don't get involved. It's not your fight. I mean, you look at me now. And the worst thing, the worst thought in my mind is that it's not about the discipline. It's about, when I look at statistics, is that majority of the time is that baba, or rather ingane zamantombazane ziyabhuzwayo or molestwayo, they get molested by stepfathers knowing fully well that the father is not there.
He's not there.
It's like when you're dating a girl, and you know which ubaba is on business. And when I say business, you know what I mean by business. Uzoyiphathisa kahle ngisho nengane yakhe
lalela iqanda lelo.
You know ukuthi if I do something to this girl, or even if agathi nke kancane kubaba wakhe, I'm a dead man.
Yeah.
So you can imagine with me now, the fear that goes in my mind. It's not ukuthi I have this anger or jealousy. I'm not jealous. I don't care. You can do whatever. Like my one baby mama, she was like, hey, I'm getting married, and I was like, okay, cool, sharp. I never even thought, are you gonna move to another town or what? Because I know she was always giving me free range with Dana Mumfan. My other one should be, and here's what's, maybe you might call me a cuck or a soy boy or simp.
Yeah.
The one would come to me and say, hey, Baba, you know what? I want to go out this weekend. Do you mind looking after, your kid for the weekend? We're like, yeah, sure, no problem. When can I pick him up? Okay, come Friday. Pick him up. He stays over, and then she goes on doing whatever she's doing. Whatever like that it may be. I don't care. I'm spending time with him.
That's cool. Exactly.
So, yeah. But with Ntombazane, it's kind of like, but fair to now you're crossing the line now. And I once told them, one thing's for sure, don't look at these other two baby mamas, how they're behaving. If anyone tried anything like that with this one, they'll be held to pay.
Oh yeah, I feel you. I feel you with that. Yes, but now to all the stepfathers out there, what advice would you want to give them? Because I mean, obviously, it's lenda bekuthi besikhuluma lento besikhuluma manje, or ukuthi it's not easy when you're a stepfather and whatever that is. Rather not be in that relationship with that person. Rather utholele umuntu onganamntwana nani and stuff like that. Even though abafazi they always lean kule ndaba yokuthi hey kodwa what if we fall in love and mina ngithanda wena and then umntana ungenaphi and stuff like that. But eventually, everything will definitely lead to umntwana as the time goes.
My advice, it's like what The Rock used to say, know your role, shut your mouth. If you're a stepfather, or even as a stepmother, know your role, shut your mouth. Don't get involved in that. Stay out of it. In fact, if you see the other parent is alienating the one parent from the other person's child, encourage access. Encourage that person what allow this person to see their child. Allow this person to come pick up their child. Because that's what I used to tell her when it came to her firstborn's father.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just let this
person...
That's it. Plain and simple. Stop fighting him, and preventing him. That guy went for 3 years not seeing Mtana Kumfan. And I lived with her for 2 years. So that probably, when you when you talk about red flags, that should have been another red flag.
It's a red flag.
Yeah, baba, hey, you should have now seen it coming. If she did this to him, she probably is going to do it to you, which she is, yabo. So for stepfathers, really, that's what I would say. But if you can't encourage that, that's a red flag for you to pick up. What she's done before, she may probably do to you. But another thing as well also is that if you say Guti, you can't facilitate anything, then maybe you might need to rethink your relationship with that person. Because the worst thing you can ever expect from anyone, I'm not saying I'm making any threats or anything like that. I'm not going to do that. I still want to get my law degree. Yeah. So I'm not going to go and do something to someone to jeopardize my chances of getting a law degree. Yeah. But you never know the mind of a man when it comes to his child, especially when Tomazan.
Yep.
You never know.
Yes. I have a daughter. Trust me. I have a whole lot different perspective. I know. After having a child, even worse, a girl, my mindset totally changed. Every single thing in your life changes. So you just want to be there. You just want to be a father. You just want to protect every single thing that would happen to your child. You wanna be there and be that superhero we spoke about.
Yeah.
So and I mean, to all the women out there, guys, please just stop it. Allow fathers to see their kids. Why would you do that? Then the next time you are being hated for ama mistakes wako. Let it be. And and stuff like that. Simple as that.
Yeah, man. And like I said, given my history in faith, I don't care what you do, no bad in wherever. As long as I've got that access and that contribution. Yes, right now, but there's a lot I can contribute.
Yeah, besides money.
Besides money.
That's one thing that women don't get. We want to be there in other aspects.
Yeah. So just for stepfathers is that don't do it. That's the first thing. Don't get involved with somebody in that point. Even if you like somebody, if it sounds too good to be true, it can be like a sad story. Oh no, my husband was this, my baby daddy was this. There's a lot more to it than that. When you get into it, that's when you realize, this person was, BSing me the whole time. But really, though, ungayingeni ngempela into ezophathisa abantu, and at the end of the day the worst victims is abantwana.
So the bottom line, guys, is that don't do it. Ungayi kumuntu onomntwana, because uzoba nenkinga eventually as the time goes by. That's what they said. But like we always say here with forefathers, we would see everything that we say, it's our own views. When obviously it's a choice. So we'll see whether you want to take it or you don't want to take it. Simple as that. But Nakona, guys, also remember to subscribe and also to follow if you have comments, whatever it is that you want to say, any topic that you want us to share. When as you can see there on the bottom of your screen, just subscribe, say whatever you want to say. In the next episode, we'll definitely share a couple of thoughts from what you want to speak about. We'll make it the topic, whichever way that is. But niyazi ukuthi forefathers kunjani bafethu kuhlala kumnandi kanje simela amajita injalo le ndaba amajita wozani nizokhala silalele phansi sikhulume le ndaba angithi bahlala bathi indoda yakhala bafethu nathi singabantu. And eventually these women must also understand, man, would say we don't have a heart of steel. Yeah, well, thanks very much bafethu. Mr. Nkosi, thanks very much, my king. It was nice having you. Yeah,
thanks Mr. T, man. Thanks for having me as well also. Really appreciate it. Real cool brother you are, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This was Forefathers. Catch you on the next episode. Asibonge kuleyo ndawo. Thank you.